Welcome to the Jerry Graves channel. This channel talks about narcissism and everything in between. Today, we're going to talk about how to deal with the narcissist on a more thoughtful level. Everybody knows that narcissistic people are irrational. And if you hang around them long enough, you become irrational just because they start to control everything and they control the world around you so much that it just starts rubbing off on you. One way to combat this is to read and study rationality and decision making. Becoming an expert in rational thinking provides a separation from them as far as your identity. A narcissist tries to make you a part of themselves, like a smaller part, like an appendage, like something that they can control, and they want you to reflect their thinking and their ideas and agree with them and build them up and always be complimenting them. So when you're in a world of that, it's like it's hard to separate and figure out where you stop and where you begin. And that's where, again, rationality comes into play because uh, that's who you are in this situation. You're the rational one. So to play that up and become even more rational really separates you from them and helps you create your own identity again. Not only that, but studying rationality in this way gives you a multitude of benefits because, for one, having a framework for um, how to solve problems helps you be able to solve and make good decisions even when you're tired, even when you're worn down. And as we all know, that a narcissistic and a toxic person, like their main strategy is to wear you down and constantly be pretending like they don't know what they're doing, but just basically be at war with you underneath the surface. So it's a war of attrition as well, and it's just hard to make all these decisions under uh, a sleep deprived brain. And because even if you get good at handling this emotionally, like, you still gotta have some nights where it keeps you up, you're thinking about stuff. So just having a good framework and a good understanding of what rational thinking is can help you still navigate that. And then also, they aren't going to be able to confuse you as easily, like with their word salad and all the things that they do. Like, if you can understand arguments and heuristics and all that type of stuff, it's easier to navigate and keep a sane mind just by being able to rationally just think through things. And now that doesn't mean that you're trying to out talk them and beat them in arguments, because a lot of this stuff is based on debate, but it's just so that you don't get confused and you don't get lost with some of the things that they say. So an irrational person is somebody who is associated with being insane, right? So at the same time, somebody who's not irrational is seen as being more sane, more uh, normal. And so I think that it's a way of practicing mental hygiene, just by learning to be more and more rational. Is It really pushes you away from the narcissistic person, and you're becoming more um, sane, and they're trying to push you out of your mind. So just by learning that and reading books about that type of stuff, it's cleaning you up. It's making you see things more clearly. One book that's really good that I'm reading right now is called Rational Choice in an Uncertain World. It's a pretty expensive book. It's a textbook that it costs around like $60, but uh, it's something I would recommend that anybody who's trying to master like life and master narcissist, I should say, you should read the book. And just some of the long-term benefits of this is just learning how to outthink the narcissist and just build a plan, so that you don't have to like wing it every time. You're building it and learning different ways to look at the problem to the point where you have everything on lock, like you know exactly what to do in any situation. But that's all I have for right now. Thank you for watching the video. Peace.